Most of all, because you want to be here. And I'm very appreciative of that. The food is going to be good. The activities will keep you busy. But best of all are the friends. You'll be reunited with old friends and you'll make new ones. And for me, it's always a pleasure to hear your stories because you are the Coast Guard's living history. At this time, I want to introduce our officers. Terry O'Connell, our Vice President. Terry and I are in our final term as President and Vice President. It's been our honor to serve you. Our National Secretary, Gary Sherman. Gary is the main conduit between you, the members, and the office of the association. You're very fortunate to have a conscientious and responsible individual in that capacity, and I'm glad to say he's going to run for re-election. Where's Bill? Oh, there he is. He's incognito. Out in plain sight. Bill Ross, our National Treasurer. Bill has done a good job in keeping our finances on the right track. He has finished his term, and there'll be a new secretary, treasurer. There'll be a new treasurer come next election. Thank you, Bill. We have, you walked out the door. Past National President Ed Swift with us. You see him around in this Hawaiian shirt. I guess it's warm enough for that here. Joe Kleinpeter is on the attendance list, but he doesn't seem to be here today. He's another past National President. We'd also like to introduce our Person of the Year, Lieutenant Wayne Miller. And his wife, Giovanna. There's our past National President. At this time, I'd like to introduce the President of the Auxiliary, Ms. Cuddy.
I'm glad to see so many of you here. It's always fun to come to these, and it's fun to meet new people, and there's so many familiar faces in this group, and I know you're really going to have a good time. Shirley Ramsey is the Secretary Treasurer of the group, and Kim Hampton, who's the Vice President, wasn't able to come. And as you know, there will be food after this, and most of you have already seen them. Our daughter and her friend George have provided the food for us. So I know you're going to enjoy it, and you'll enjoy meeting the two of them too. Thanks. I'm glad you're all here.
At this time, I want to introduce a good friend of the association. He served 20 years in the Marine Corps, which goes without saying, that included time in Vietnam. He is very active in military organizations. He belongs to a good number of them, including the Vietnam Veterans of America, the American Legion, the Disabled American Veterans, and the Marine Corps League, just to name a few. But his dedication and loyalty to the American veteran is aptly on display in his current capacity. I want you to welcome the Commander-in-Chief of the Veteran of Foreign Wars, Richard L. Eubank.
so Caesar was getting stabbed to death. So that makes me a little nervous. But first of all, let me thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day, and I want to thank the Combat Coast Guard in general for the continued friendship. Starting with Ed Burke and Nancy Burke, and then meeting great folks like Swifty and Jerry and Terry and all the people that I became close friends with, Bob Maxwell. But to be able to come to a Combat Coast Guard reunion and to share just a few minutes of your time about what we're doing with the Veterans of Foreign Wars, which most of you belong dual by joining both organizations, Combat Coast Guard and the VFW. We're in a terrible war right now, and not just in combat war. Right now, we're fighting budget cuts and for the through the VA, and I think the problem is going to be is if it keeps getting cut. For those that served in Vietnam, and you remember how many years it took us to fight for Agent Orange recognition. It took us 25 day in, day out, hour after hour fighting to finally get that recognized. And how many people did we lose before it was finally recognized, and the troubles that the families had to go through? Well, we're going to have things that can come out of the desert, and I'll talk about Desert Storm, Iraq, and Afghanistan, that we're going to just boggle the mind of anybody that's going to try to put a budget together. Now, why am I talking about that? Well, right now we're into that war I was talking about, and the only thing that we can count on is making sure that the Combat Coast Guard Association is 100% membership. So that means they got back to their previous line of members, if not more. But it's the same thing with the VFW. When we go to battle, if we go to battle and we don't have enough bullets to win it, and I'm talking about the bullets being a member, then we're not going to have the capability of winning this battle for the budget. And I equate that to being a young lance corporal in a combat position. I remember it took us all day to get up that hill, and the gunny kept pushing us and pushing us. We took a lot of casualties on the way. But when we finally got out to that hill, the gunny said, get your rifles pointed down range and fix your bayonets, because we might not have enough bullets to hold off an attack. Well, basically, what happened is we got reinforcements and we got resupplied with ammunition. But right now, we're in that same type of battle right now. And everything is governed on our ability to stand tall. Those that are qualified for more than one organization, that's the reason I belong to every one I can. And I'm a life member of them. So I'm a full automatic weapon anytime American Legion or the DAV or the AMVETS, anybody that can use my vote to fight for veterans, they have me without even being there. And if we don't sit down and we don't get these organizations to get the membership back, every person that's serving today, and I'm talking about Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan, need to understand that the things we're fighting for today is not for Richard Eubank. It's not for Ed Burke. It's not for Swifty. It's not for anybody else sitting here right now. Because we've already fought those battles and we've got compensation and we're getting the health care and the stuff that is there. But if that budget is cut and we cannot take, if they only get so much money per clinic and they can only have so many doctors instead of having 10 doctors, they only got enough money to pay 4, then where's our care going to go? So that is a battle. It is life and death. So if you know somebody that's a Combat Coast Guard and he or she is qualified, knock on their door and tell them the reason they need to join. It's because of that we have the ammunition to fight on Capitol Hill. I got in a little conversation with a political person. I'm not going to mention her name. I'm also not going to mention she's Minnesota. I didn't mention no name. But my response is sometimes, if stupidity was painful, some people would be in a coma. That's right. So those are the things that we need to make sure that we continue fighting for. We've got to make sure people are aware of the organizations and the power that we have as an organization, especially those that have bore the brunt of combat. Because each and every one of us have a legacy to tell, and each one of us have a story. I was at a hospital visiting a warrior, and beside that warrior's bed was a picture of himself and his little 3-year-old girl holding on to Dad's leg, holding his infant son, probably 8 or 9 months old, I would imagine. His wife's got tears in her eyes as she's getting ready to send her husband off to war. And now he's laying in a bed and don't know who anybody is in that picture. We'll never know who's in that picture, and we'll never know who he is. So we as combat veterans chose that we would take care of each other. If we found ourselves on the battlefield and we could get to you, we would drag your body back to safe lines. But we still got people on the battlefield, we still need to drag them back. But it's going to be each and every one of us. It's going to take the Coasties, it's going to take the Air Force, it's going to take the Marines and the Navy and the Army to stick together as we did in war, do what we're supposed to do, make our votes count. And again, once more, if you know somebody that's eligible for your organization, and I push it just as much as anybody else, if I find out somebody was a Coastie and serving and served in a combat, I give that man's name. You might not like the phone calls at 12 o'clock at night, but that's my belief. You know, we as an organization, Combat Coast Guard and the Veterans of Foreign Wars, you know, we know what it's like to go into battle and what we need to do to win it. I'd like to introduce a great friend of mine, Joe Davis, and he is the Director of Public Affairs for the Washington office. Joe is in the back. But then we sold Strokes of the Clippers. So,
That looks a little long for a Marine. No, we've got a hat for you, so we'll cover up all the old fuzzy stuff.
Oh, this is great. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it.
Bill Hoover worked really hard in getting members, especially Vietnam members, and it sort of grew. But you know, over the 26 years in the 15th reunion, we have given out a lot of scholarships, maybe 10, some $2,000 scholarships when we got a nice donation, and some 500, some 1,000. But we've done that, and we've just done so very much in our newspaper, our quarterdeck log. Ed Swift again, past president. It's fantastic. It's a great publication. We've done other things. We give watches at Cape May to the best graduate in physical fitness. We give 2 watches to the outstanding Coast Guard cadets every year. We have a tremendous service officer program with Floyd Hampton and Tom Huckleberry, and it helped a lot of our people. And we're just not, you know, sitting around having reunions. The combat vets has come a long way, and the reason why we've come a long way is because of everyone here, you guys. Okay, now the idea is to get a good reunion place. Now Ed Burke busted his butt checking out hotels. I was over with him over in Baltimore. We wanted to go over to Baltimore, but they're unreasonable. They just wouldn't help us. You know, $150 a night, $10 a night parking, blah, blah, blah. We said, you know, thanks, but no thanks. So Ed came over here. He met the Northern Virginia reunion or convention manager, I believe. He gave Ed some hotels, and Ed and Nancy came over, checked out a lot of these hotels, and they met Melissa Geider. Melissa is the manager for sales. Melissa has done everything possible for us, and I haven't heard one complaint from anybody, and I don't expect to, because she's put on the red carpet, put out the red carpet, and I want to introduce you to her. This lady has taken care of us in so many ways. It's a hard job. I'm looking for a replacement, and I want to introduce Melissa Geider, who's a real sweetheart.
For that wonderful introduction. On behalf of myself and the Crown Plaza, we just want to welcome everyone here for your reunion. We love reunions. We thank you for your service. And, tonight we have a reception, did you tell anybody? 5:30 to 6:30 in our lobby with drinks and hors d'oeuvres, and everyone is welcome, and I'll be the manager hosting, of course. And, just, if you guys need anything, please do not hesitate to ask the front desk or myself. I'll be around for your whole reunion. But thank you so much for your service and for being here.
Is it true that you walk on water?
Yes, I do.
I was told that.
I'll show you later. Yeah, exactly.
You kind of spoiled what I was gonna say. Take my shot from a can. Yeah. I brought Baker in to see this place. And we get in and he says, are you Melissa? And she said, yes. She said, do you have a swimming pool in here? And she said, yes, we have an indoor pool. Why? Why are you asking these questions? Well, Ed Burke says you walk on water, and I want to see you do it. All right, I have something here, a little bit extra for the Commander-in-Chief. Bear with me a second.
Now I'm scared.
Gotta get him squared away. Listen.
No, not even when I've been drinking. Very good. He does sing better than I do.